Hello, welcome to the channel again, and today is a video on Haaland, as you can see, and it's a video about one of my frustrations with Erling Haaland, which I'm sure Pep Guardiola knows this. I'm 110% certain Guardiola knows this, and he's going to try to fix this. But it's something that is not talked about whatsoever, at least not that I am aware of, and that is Haaland receiving stats like he has missed this amount of big chances, which are utter bollocks. And here is what I'm gonna need you to understand. Stats are not an argument, they are not evidence. They do not explain anything. Stats are questions. That's what they are a question. When you see a stat like Haaland has scored 27 goals, that does not mean Haaland is good. You should ask, why has Haaland scored 27 goals? Scoring 27 goals means nothing. The context for why he scored 27 goals, that is important. The same is true for how many big chances he has missed. And here is why Haaland has such a big amount of big chances missed. And this is something that was very annoying to me. Very annoying against West Ham, the title match. Haaland got 2 big chances. Both of those chances were awful. Most strikers don't even get to the ball. And I'll explain why, and I'll show it on the screen for you guys in editing, I hope, if I don't forget. I'll show it on screen in editing why they are poor chances, because it might be difficult from just explaining. But basically, for the first one, the ball comes in behind Haaland, so he has to jump and kick his feet back to get to the ball. 99% of strikers in the world just run past it and let the ball go. What happens then? I think it's Bernardo Silva who crossed it, gets all the blame. Why did you play the ball behind Haaland? That's what you get. But Haaland didn't do that. Haaland went after the ball. And that's good. That's what makes him a world-class striker. He goes after the ball and tries to get it even if it's nearly impossible. That's what makes him so good. But when people look at this, they say, oh, it's a big chance missed. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Your XG stats are terrible. They are utterly terrible. Whenever I watch football, there's a Flemish commentator and they always have a ex-pro sitting next to them. These pros, they are not like English media where they are like getting paid to say certain stuff. They are literally saying, oh, these stats are so stupid. Who actually uses these stats? And they are right. They are stupid. This is a ball coming behind Haaland that he has to jump, kick his feet back, and try to get while he is going in the opposite direction of the ball, and somehow place it on goal. Now, can you expect from a striker like Erling Haaland to score that? Yes, I expect it from him. And I will criticize him on that, and I have done all season long. There have been points this season where I have said, Haaland, you are terrible. I have said in the season, Haaland, you are terrible. When Haaland came back from injury, I said, bench him. I want Alvarez playing because he's doing better than Haaland right now. I'm not saving him from criticism. But what I saw today against West Ham was not Haaland's fault. The other chance was a Doku cross, I believe. The ball was too short. The cross was too short. And I'm not going to reenact it out here. I'll show pictures again. But basically, Haaland's feet were so far apart when he went for the ball, because the cross was short. Most strikers in the world, no, almost every striker except Harry Kane, Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe let the ball go. Do you know why? Because the cross is too short, and if you shoot at goal with a chance like that, you are probably going to sky it as he did, because you have to put your foot way too far. His feet were way too far apart. You can't have a controlled shot like that. Unless it's a free kick where it's controlled, but this is not a free kick, this is a ball coming into you. Haaland had no control over that ball, and that is not his fault. The cross was too short. But Haaland went after it. He went after the ball. He tried to score it, and for that he is criticized. And that's a good thing that he's doing, that most strikers don't. Haaland didn't fail to score a sitter. He failed to score a chance he should not even have gotten to. A chance that he shouldn't even have gotten. But people, they don't watch football. Yeah? They grab a stats sheet, yeah? I've got a sheet here. It's not stats, it's for my exams, but let's pretend. They grab it and they read, oh, Haaland underperformed his XG, but Phil Foden overperformed it. That means Foden is a better finisher this season. No. Foden does not shoot unless he's in a one-on-one or he has a clear-cut chance. Yeah? And you can point all the long range screamers he has scored. Yes, terrific. I love Phil Foden. He only takes those shots when he's 100% certain he will score. If that's a good thing, I think for midfielders, you should not shoot unless you are 100% certain you will score. That's a good thing for the midfielders. But when you get stuff like that, when you are allowed to play like that, you will overperform your XG if you are world class. Meanwhile, if you play like Haaland, you will overperform your XG because you're so good, but in an off season, you will get under your XG, and people will say, oh, you're not overperforming your XG, your finishing fell off. No. I'll give you another example from the top of my head. I think it was Copenhagen. I think in the first leg, Haaland went after the ball. He had to jump 5 feet up in the air to even get to that ball. There was no way that there's only one striker in world football, and he isn't even at top level anymore, he still plays, who would have scored that. And that's a big maybe. Cristiano Ronaldo is the only striker that I have seen in my lifetime who scored that chance. That is how high the ball was. That went down as a big chance miss. 90% of strikers, no, every striker in the world right now, except Kylian Mbappe, Harry Kane, and Haaland, don't even go after that ball. They don't even bother. They just start shouting at their teammate, it's too high. Which they will be completely right in saying, that ball was too high, it was a poor cross. But Haaland went for it. That went down as a big chance missed. That's what I mean when I say, stats are questions. They are not answers, they are not arguments, they are not explanations. A stat needs explaining, not the other way around. Don't confuse it. Haaland, his finishing this season, has taken a dip. That is certainly true. He has had poor periods, should I say. When did he return? I think it was against Brentford, correct? From Brentford up until the game before Aston Villa when he got rested, he has been a poor finisher, and I wanted him benched over Julian Alvarez. That is how poor he was, and I can do an entire video over that if you want. So don't tell me I'm protecting Haaland from criticism. But what I am doing is saying, you need to stop looking at football with stats, mate. Because all these statisticians only prove that they don't understand statistics. Stats prove nothing. Stats lie. Whenever I see someone say, stats don't lie, good job, you misunderstand statistics completely. And to prove my arguments, I'll give you an example from history. In World War I, they commissioned helmets for the first time, like those metal helmets, for the first time since guns were introduced into battle. And there was an increase in head injuries after the helmets were commissioned. The general, or I don't think it was a general, I think it was a politician, said, these helmets are causing soldiers' head to get bounced against their, to get bounced into itself, like with the helmet, which is why we have increased injuries. These helmets are injuring our soldiers, and they almost removed them. Until a smarter person said, no. Look, there are more injured people because of these helmets with head injuries, but less people are dying from head injuries. The helmets are making people who died... Why is my camera lagging? The helmets are making people who died into people who were injured. That is something that shows how stats lie. You can look at those stats and say, Haaland is underperforming his XG. He has so many big chances missed. he is finishing poorly. Congratulations. You 1, don't watch football, you watch your fucking stat sheet. 2, Haaland has not been a good finisher this season. You don't need to look at fucking stats to say that. Just look at the fucking period after his injury, yeah? 3, you don't understand how statistics work because you keep using them in incorrect context. Yeah? And this is the last thing I'll say about statistics and football. I have used them extensively. And I do not claim to be a paragon of wisdom or anything like that, yeah? Please, for the love of God, if you do not understand how statistics work, and if you genuinely believe that statistics explain anything, stop using them. Just watch Football Myth. Because statistics are questions, not answers. Yeah? That's just a short rant for today. I'll make another video, it will be coming up as soon as I finish editing it. I'll see you on the next one. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you then. Bye.